Mace, a coach.
We haven't spoken eaglemees before.
Yes, it's a rarity, and we get to speak with him now. Last time it was a while ago. Goedenavond. How are you doing, eaglemees?
Goedenavond. I'm doing great.
It's good to have you on here for the first time. Congratulations on your victory. Let's talk about, though, your last Playday. You played against Vitality. It was a huge game. Can you walk me through some of the things that BDS felt were too difficult to deal with against Vitality in that game? Because for a lot of us seeing it, it showed that a millisecond here or there could have changed the outcome considerably.
Well, actually, it wasn't really us not being able to do stuff. We had an injury on our side. Renshiro, who wasn't really, is not active on Twitter, so most people wouldn't be aware. But he injured his neck and a nerve injury with the day before, and it's still he was still injured on the day itself, which affected his performance, which was also clearly shown in the kills and deaths that he got in the match itself. But also Vitality just played very well, and we weren't really on our game on the day.
All right, well, that actually explains quite a bit. Thank you very much for being better than Renshiro's Twitter, I guess. It is a good thing to know. We don't usually talk or get to talk about injuries in esports, but they do have an impact, and this is definitely one that people should watch out for then in the future. Fair enough, a close game versus Vitality. Despite everything, you go in today against Rogue, and a lot of people were also looking at Rogue saying like, okay, these guys really on the return after Stage 1. Stage 2, decent opening here. Lost versus Secret, but still Secret and kind of an unknown variable in EUL. Was there anything that you looked at from Rogue that you saw, okay, these are the things we need to focus on and we'll be good to go in the game as you were today?
Well, we obviously focused on some specific maps, so we also specifically prepared and focused on Cafe because, looking at the bands, our bands, their bands, we predicted which maps it was going to be, and we came one of the maps that we ran it down to was Cafe. And then we also looked at now how do they play, and they recently played Cafe against Penta and GSA, which we then used a lot to prepare well on how they do it and counter strat based on the things that they've shown, and just make our own game plan, of course.
And it worked out well as usual. BDS are good in adapting during the game. Honestly, what can you do with? How do you train Playday? For you as an accomplished coach, I guess now, not just in the Benelux region, but with BDS in the EU and internationally over the past year, how different is it to play with players that are so accomplished and so good at what they do that you can trust them fully out of the game and their teammates in game itself?
Well, just to clear one thing, I am not the coach of BDS. I'm the analyst. I don't train the players. I prepare them for the matches, but I do not tell them oh, you need to play the situation that kind of way, or you mentality, that kind of stuff. But the players themselves do that a lot. They know how to play a game. They're all very experienced. All of them have played seasons of Pro League. I think that's answers somewhat the question, even though it doesn't answer it properly.
Well, Katu, seeing how she's doing things, I assume that she's the one handling the coaching position specifically. Is that
the coaching position, the mentality, she handles somewhat. She obviously knows. I speak French on a decent level, but I do not speak it fluently. I understand what the players say, but. Katsu, on the other hand, does, which makes her able to do the mentality. She knows what the players are saying. She knows how to properly communicate with the players when it's needed in a situation where there's only 30 seconds in a timeout, especially a 1 minute timeout to communicate with the players. But the coaching, the making strategies, etc., that's more on the players themselves because they know the team. Even I know the team, but the players themselves obviously know the team even better. Because they play with each other every day. I don't play with the players in scrims. So the players themselves make the strategies.
All right, that is an interesting dynamic indeed. So you're providing with the stats to kind of reinforce the strategies that they have in mind. That is actually quite...
Yeah, and I also make some of the strategies, but not all of them. Like the main part of strategies is just the players.
Fair enough. There you go. Adaptation is the name of the game here with BDS. eaglemees, so good to have you on here to have a chat and correct some of the assumptions that we may have as well about the functioning of the team. Anything you'd like to say to all the fans out there at BDS? You're victorious today against Rogue, and next week you get to play against Train Hard, yet another French team that stands in their way. You think they're going to be as tough as Vitality?
Well, first of all, thank you all for the support. All the players, everyone who support us, all the fans, and obviously like a GG well played to the players of Rogue. And next match will be against Trainhard, and we'll just focus, play our game, and hopefully bring out the best performance that we can.
All right. Hopefully so for you. That game versus Train Hard is the second matchup of this EUL Playday number 4. That is this Thursday, July the 1st. Make sure that you're tuning in to watch BDS and to see how they duke it out against Train Hard. eaglemees, dankjewel. Thank you so much for having a chat with us here, and we hope to talk to you in a couple of days.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.